Walt, what is the most interesting thing you're doing in the studio now?
Well, at the present time, we're making a feature-length cartoon.
A feature-length cartoon?
Yes, the old fairy tale, you know, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Yes, you heard it from the legendary Mr. Walt Disney himself. Back in the 1930s, he came up with the idea which made him famous, to make his first animated movie called Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Although the story already existed in books and stage shows, the cartoon version became one of the most classic movies ever made and started the successful career of this iconic producer.
Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. I just thought it was a perfect story. I started out with a very small unit right next to my office, and I handled it myself, and I picked certain boys that I put on assignment to work with me on the story. Then as I got the storyline set up, then I began to add units, and I finally ended up with every unit in my studio on it. We started sometime late 35, and we've had it in the theaters December 37.
Over the years, the tale has been retold plenty of times in different genres. Some of the best-known film versions are the 2012 comedy Mirror Mirror and the action flick called Snow White and the Huntsman, although this might be a bit scary and is more for grown-ups to watch. Snow White's not only had her story adapted many times, the princess also features in other movies as well, like Shrek the Third and the Seventh Dwarf. But let's go back to Disney's classic. Here are some fun facts you probably didn't know. For instance, did you realise there were 50 different names proposed for the Seven Dwarfs? Some of them were actually really funny, like Nifty, Biggy Wiggy and Hoppy Jumpy. Or did you know that the dwarves were modelled after real people? There's also a lot of merchandise you can buy that's based on Snow White's famous look. Her character has appeared on all kinds of trinkets for sale in every Disney store, whether it's just a new purse or an entire line of matching merchandise. And to wrap things up, there's one final fact you might not know, but will make you look twice at Snow White from now on. Let's see what it could be.
So how did the girl with skin as white as snow get such rosy red cheeks? She wore makeup, of course. Well, sort of. When the animators got back painted cells from the ink and paint department, Snow looked a little too pale. They tried to add color to her face with more paint, but it made her look like a clown. Then one day, one of the ink and paint girls came up with the brilliant idea of putting a little rouge on her cheeks, which worked perfectly.